So this term is cacophony, and it's actually kind of what the name sounds like. So it's cacophony, which I don't know about you, but to me, it isn't the nicest sounding word. It's like cacophony. You have to stop and start a couple times through it. It's got those really like harsh consonant sounds of cacophony. And it's kind of what it sounds like. Cacophony is the harsh or discordant mixture of sounds. This could be in language, in words, but also just sounds like out in the world. If you think of like, I don't know, like a really hard punk band or a metal band with like lots of cymbals, and maybe the notes don't always fit together perfectly. Um, that is cacophony. The same thing can happen in language, though. If someone writes like the crater's rocks trickle down the crevice, breaking upon impact. You notice there's some like k sounds and d and p's, and there's sounds that kind of grind together. That isn't the smoothest flowing sentence. And even some of the syllables are shorter, kind of like impact. It's a really harsh short word that kind of like stops a couple times throughout it. And in poetry, people can choose kind of cacophonic or words that are cacophonous to add to an overall tone. Like in this poem by B. William Bearhart, it's called No More Fire Here, a Sestina. In these first couple stanzas, he says, O king, build me more Templar, more handsome and muscular. Build me a chest made of barley fire. Set it ablaze each morning for sunlight. Build me legs, quick as a chariot, light as a doze, strong as a current runs through a river. It must all mean something if I am the third son of my father. It must all mean something if my body is a ravaged temple. What does it mean if his body is a ravaged temple? Wretched chariots we carry burdened with copper and birch bark inside muscled and fatty hearts. Seekin wrote about bodies being possessed by light. I should have known those antlers were never copper, but always fire. Beautiful poem, lots of figurative language in here, but we're going to focus on maybe just a couple sentences here, a couple lines here, where he says, wretched chariots we carry burdened with copper and birch bark inside muscled and fatty hearts. Really interesting line. But if you notice the word, like even wretched it's not the most pleasant sounding word. And I think throughout here, he's chosen kind of words that in some ways grind and don't totally fit together. There's not like a smoothness to it. If we look at, we carry burdened with copper and birch bark inside muscled and fatty hearts. It's kind of that stop, start clunkiness. And I would say that's intentional. There's some cacophony in there, which can add to the overall themes of the story and what the poem sounds like and what the poem feels like. So that is an example of cacophony.